Have you ever been in a room full of people and rain still felt completely alone? Have you ever scrolled through your phone at midnight, seeing everyone else's happiness and wondered, why does nobody see me? Why does nobody call? Why does nobody stay? Maybe you're watching this right now from your bedroom. The apartment is quiet. The silence isn't peaceful. It's heavy. And somewhere deep inside, there's a question you're almost afraid to ask. Did God forget about me? I need you to hear something before we go any further. I need you to hear it not with your ears, but with your heart. God did not forget you. He has never forgotten you. And by the end of this video, I believe something inside you is going to shift, because God doesn't do coincidences. You're watching this for a reason. Today, I'm sharing 5 biblical truths that completely transformed the way I see loneliness. These aren't motivational quotes. These are real stories from Scripture about real people who felt exactly what you feel right now and what God did when they hit rock bottom. Truth number 1, God sees you when nobody else does. The story of Hagar, Genesis 16 and 21. Let me take you back thousands of years to a woman named Hagar. She was a slave. She had no rights, no voice, no choice. She was used by the people who were supposed to protect her. Sarah, her mistress, gave Hagar to Abraham so she could bear a child for them. And when Hagar became pregnant, Sarah turned on her. She mistreated her so badly that Hagar did the only thing she could do. She ran. Picture this, a pregnant woman alone in the desert. No water, no food, no plan. No one coming to look for her. The world had thrown her away, and right there, in the middle of nowhere, God showed up. Not Abraham, not Sarah, not a single human being. God himself came to find her. The angel of the Lord found her by a spring of water in the wilderness. Genesis 16:7. Do you see that word, found? God didn't stumble upon her. He went looking for her. And what Hagar said next has echoed through history for 4,000 years. You are the God who sees me. Genesis 16:13. She named God, a slave woman, rejected, abused, forgotten by every human in her life, gave God a name that nobody else in the entire Bible ever gave him. El Roi, the God who sees. If you feel invisible right now, if you feel like nobody would notice, if you disappeared tomorrow, I need you to know the same God who found Hagar in that desert sees you right now. He sees your tears at 2 a.m. He sees the brave face you put on every morning. He sees everything you carry that nobody else knows about. You are not invisible. You are seen by the Creator of the universe. Truth number 2, God comes closest in your darkest moment. The story of Elijah, 1 Kings 19. Elijah was a prophet, one of the most powerful in all of Scripture. He called down fire from heaven. He confronted 450 false prophets and won. By any standard, this man was a spiritual giant, and then one single death threat from Queen Jezebel shattered him. He ran into the wilderness, sat under a tree, and said these words, "It is enough. Now, O Lord, take away my life." 1 Kings 19:4. Let that sink in. A man of God, a hero of faith, wanted to die. He was exhausted, depressed, and convinced he was the only one left. He felt utterly and completely alone. And what did God do? Did he rebuke him? Did he say, "Get up, stop being dramatic"? No. God sent an angel, and the angel did the most tender thing imaginable. An angel touched him and said, "Arise and eat." 1 Kings 19:5. God didn't lecture Elijah. He fed him. He let him sleep. He fed him again. And then, only then, he spoke to him, not in the earthquake, not in the fire, but in a still, small voice. If you are in your under the tree moment right now, If you are so tired that giving up seems easier than going on, God is not angry at you. He is not disappointed. He is close to you, closer than he's ever been. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. Your pain is not pushing God away. It's pulling him closer. Truth number 3. God is working in what feels wasted. The story of Joseph, Genesis 37-50. And Joseph was 17 years old when his own brothers threw him into a pit and sold him as a slave. 17, his brothers, his own blood, looked at him and decided he was worth getting rid of. He was taken to Egypt. He worked faithfully in Potiphar's house, and just when things were looking up, he was falsely accused and thrown into prison. He helped a fellow prisoner who promised to remember him, and the man forgot him for 2 full years. Think about that. Betrayed by family, enslaved, falsely accused, imprisoned, forgotten, year after year after year. If anyone had the right to say, God abandoned me, it was Joseph. But here's what Joseph didn't see. God was arranging every single detail. Every rejection was a redirection. Every closed door was God saying, not here, something bigger. Joseph went from the prison to the palace in a single day. And when he finally stood before the brothers who destroyed his life, he didn't say, I hate you. He said something that still takes my breath away. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. Genesis 50:20. If your life feels like it's on hold right now, if you've been waiting so long that you've stopped hoping, God has not wasted a single second of your pain. He is building something you cannot yet see. Truth number 4, God chose you before anyone else did. The story of David. 1 Samuel 16. When the prophet Samuel came to Jesse's house to anoint the next king of Israel, Jesse lined up 7 of his sons, tall, strong, impressive men. Samuel looked at each one and God said, no, 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 no. Samuel was confused. Are these all your sons? And his Jesse basically said, oh, well, there's the youngest. He's out tending sheep, but he's nobody. His own father didn't think he was worth calling inside, but God said, rise and anoint him. This is the one. 1 Samuel 16:12. David was overlooked by his own family. He was considered too young, too small, too insignificant. He spent his days alone in the fields with sheep while his brothers lived in the house. And God chose him, not despite being overlooked, but in the middle of being overlooked. Maybe the people in your life have made you feel like you're not enough. Maybe you weren't the one who got picked. Maybe you're still waiting for someone to look at you and say, you matter. God is looking at you right now and saying the exact same thing he said about David. This is the one. Truth number 5. God entered your loneliness so you'd never face it alone. The story of Jesus, Matthew 27:46. This is the truth that changes everything. On the cross, Jesus, God in human flesh, experienced the deepest loneliness any being has ever known. His disciples abandoned him. Peter denied him. Judas betrayed him. The crowds who shouted, Hosanna, days earlier, now screamed, crucify him. And then, in the most devastating moment in all of history, he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me? Matthew 27:46. Jesus felt what you feel. He knows the weight of being alone. He knows what it's like when everyone walks away. He didn't experience loneliness by accident. He chose it. He chose to feel abandoned so that you would never, ever have to be truly alone again. Because of what Jesus did on that cross, God made a promise that can never be broken. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Hebrews 13:5. Not I might stay, not I'll stay if. You're good enough. Never. He said never. Closing, you were never alone. So here's what I want you to carry with you today. When Hagar was abandoned, God saw her. When Elijah wanted to die, God fed him. When Joseph was forgotten, God was positioning him. When David was overlooked, God chose him. When Jesus was forsaken, he made sure you never would be. If you came to this video feeling alone, I want you to know you are not an accident. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. You are deeply, fiercely, relentlessly loved by a God who would cross deserts, enter prisons, and hang on a cross just to be with you. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to perform for it. You just have to receive it. If this message spoke to your heart, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. You might be the angel God sends to find someone in their desert today. And if you need to talk to someone, drop a comment below. This community is your family. You are not alone. You were never alone. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10.